In this video, I'm going to show you how to hook up the generator when you're boondocking in order to run air conditioning, recharge the camper, power any of your other pieces of gear. So the power input to the camper is on the driver rear. This is the same port that you would use if you were connected to shore power. And we're going to use the same cable as we would if we were connected to shore power. So first thing you could do is get the camper side connected. So you insert the power cable until it seats in securely, and then twist the twist lock to make sure it's nice, tight, and secure. As far as putting fuel in, the fuel gauge is right here. You'll get it full if you rent it, but if you need to fill it up on your trip, here's the gas cap right here. Next step is this is the off. This is, not sure. This is your run and this is your start. So what you're going to want to do is twist the dial over to your start setting and then pull the cord here to fire her up. Okay, so when you twist this dial over to the easy start, you might not need to turn it all the way over to have the choke fully open. So what we found is if we come back maybe a quarter turn, then we're able to start the generator. So once you're in a good spot here, you can go ahead and pull the cord. It starts right up. Once it's turned on, you want to move it to this green arrow here. That's your operating level. On the unit, once you have it set to running, there's an eco button right here. If you need a little bit more juice, if you're powering more equipment and the generator can't keep up, press that eco button in and it'll ramp up the output. Of course, that's going to eat more gas and it's louder, but if you need to power more things, you can do that. You don't need to do that for running the air conditioning with the camper. So you can go ahead and put that back to eco. We also have under the flap two 20 amp outlets. We have a 12 volt DC outlet. We have a battery plug if you need to charge a battery, or you can actually hook up a second generator if you had one. And then the plug that you're mostly going to use is the 30 amp outlet here, which comes standard on the camper plug. So what we'll do is plug that straight in. And now once that's plugged in, the camper's now on the generator, and you can run all the AC outlets and you'll have air conditioning, and you can also just recharge the camper plugged into that. When you're plugged into generator, what you can do is come over to the air conditioning controller, and now you'll see that it's actually on. And you can control the air conditioning, which if you weren't on generator, this would be off. You can also see on the heating system, if you touch the menu, this little plug right here indicates that you're plugged into the generator. All right, and then to stop the generator, all you're gonna do is turn the dial all the way over to the red, and it ramps down, and you're done. It's always good to note that before you turn the generator on, you can have this side plugged in, but don't plug the other side into the generator until the generator is running. Just as that power ramp, you could have a spike in voltage and damage some of the components on the inside of the camper. So always best to just have the generator running, then plug in the power plug to give power to the camper.